Hi everyone, and welcome back to Arguably Speaking. I'm Kiera.
I'm Sarah.
And welcome back to episode 33.
Wow.
I know.
33 is a lot.
I wanted to say 33 because it's kind of a fun number.
It is. It's a super fun number.
It's the same forwards as it is backwards.
It's very true. And if you turn it on its side, it looks like a bunch of waves.
Yep.
Or two birds. Two poorly drawn birds.
I used to always do them as M's and W's because, you know, they're flapping up or down. I guess usually M's, right?
Mm-hmm.
W's is weird.
W's, I don't think a bird goes like that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I think M's makes the most sense. But like a wide M.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyways,
Good
Kiera,
talk.
what's been happening in your life recently?
Oh my gosh. It's so weird because I was like, it's going to be so chill. And I always think it's going to be so chill and relaxed after a big deadline. But I still am like, where does the time go? Where do the hours go? And now it's a whole nother week. Last week went by crazy fast. It was Monday and then I blinked and it was Friday. And I'm like, it's the weekend again. Which one would be like, this is super awesome. But then I was like, where did my week go? What did I do during the week? Can't really remember. I did stuff pretty much all of the days though, aside from like going to school and work. I know the evenings were filled as well, but that's beyond the point. On Friday evening, I was here and we watched Isle of the Dogs.
Yes, we did do that.
And if you haven't, Sarah remembers. She just gave me such a confused look. The Isle of Dogs.
I remember watching that movie.
Yeah, it's a Wes Anderson film, and it's kind of, you know, it has a lot of social commentary, and it's really good, but it's also really sad.
Yeah.
Oh, and before that, I went bowling.
Oh, fun.
I went bowling because my department had like a event and all my friends were like, let's go, but the issue is there were so many people and not enough lanes, so it's just like bowl whenever it feels like it's your turn. You don't get your own lane or your own name or anything, just like you can throw the ball down the lane.
Dang.
And we like vaguely had teams. We did pretty well considering that it was just like a hodgepodge of people just, you know, throwing bowling balls at pin.
Yeah.
But it was pretty fun. They fed us pizza.
Love
they gave us some, you know, refreshing beverages. Just soda. Our department doesn't have money for alcohol.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Aw, so sweet that they put something together, though.
It was nice to have a little something. It was mostly architecture students, which was interesting. It was just mostly architecture and then a little hub of landscape architecture. But it was very fun indeed. On Saturday, I woke up and, well, I slept in, which was great.
Amazing.
And then we went to brunch.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember.
See, Sarah remembers everything we did this weekend. But we went to brunch at a really nearby cafe. And it was just nice to have the roomies together. It was me, Sarah, and previous podcast guests, Bella and Matthew. And we got a little dressed up. We ate some good food. We were like, ew, why is it raining again? It's supposed to be summer right now. And it was just a fun time. I feel like it's always nice to go out instead of just cooking at home. Feels special.
It's fun.
And we also got a really expensive pitcher of mimosas.
Yes, we did. We did. It was about the amount that I was expecting it to be. But I think that's just because mimosas are always more than you expect it to be.
It was the amount of liquid that I thought would be in a
pitcher.
Yeah. And then it was not like the price that I thought the pitcher would be. I don't know. It was like around $40 with like tax and stuff for like one pitcher of mimosas.
Yeah.
Let us know if that's...
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
No, we could definitely have mimosas at home for cheaper, and it wouldn't be as much fun.
Yeah, no, I was still very happy that we got them.
Yeah.
And it was nice to have a fun little sparkly drink with brunch.
Yeah.
But I was also like, okay, I feel a little personally attacked by this, but it's okay.
Okay, this is fine.
places I've had bottomless mimosas for like a similar price point.
Oh, interesting.
Like I've had bottomless mimosas, I feel like for like $30.
But that's just for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would be drinking like
The same amount as that pitcher.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I've only done bottomless mimosas like once.
That's fair.
Because that's a lot of liquid.
Sounds fun.
And I don't fare well
Kiera
with
famously
alcoholic.
does not do a lot of liquid.
No, too much. It hurts my stomach.
Yep.
But enough about me.
Enough about you and your stomach. No, it's fair.
Oh, how was your Friday? And then I'll get along with
Yeah.
the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, my Friday
we
was
spent it together,
nice.
actually.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I don't even know what I'm
we
saying.
spent Saturday morning together.
Yeah, how was the rest of your
My-
Saturday?
Well, my Friday was nice. I watched a movie called Isle of the Dogs. It was pretty good. No, I'm kidding. Well, Thursday. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go back a
go
little
back
bit more in
further.
the timeline. Played some Frizz on Thursday. Had a great time, and then I was like, "Hey, roommates, I can see that you're all hanging out together
Oh,
because
yeah.
of social media. Do you want to come get me? I'm like a 17-minute drive away, and it'll take me an hour to bus home." And because I was being a little pathetic. And right before that, I had found a group just spontaneously line dancing on a college campus. And so I joined them, obviously.
Obviously.
For 2 songs. Very fun. Always join in a line dance if you can. That's my motto. It was a great time. But yeah, so it was very silly because I called the roommates and then I talked with the roommates for like, let's say 15 minutes. And then finally convinced them to come get me, which was like another 15 minutes. And then I walked 15 minutes to a park. And all things considered, I think I got home around the same time that I would have gotten home if I had just transited home. Because it took us, another 15 for us to all drive home together. But it was more fun because I got to chat with them the entire time. So.
Granted, the light rail is having issues right now, and it probably was going to take, like, extra time than it normally would have, and we didn't realize that. So you're like, girl, just get on the light rail, and we'll meet you halfway. And then it was like, oh, I see. The light rail's only running, like, every 20 minutes right now.
Yeah. It usually doesn't take me, usually the map doesn't tell me that it's going to take me an hour to get home.
Exactly.
Which is kind of why I called.
Yeah, we got that, but we got it too late, and then it was just like, sorry, you've been waiting here for a while.
It was okay. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was a really nice day out, so it did not matter. I was out just enjoying the outside, the beautiful outside.
The great outdoors.
Yes. But yeah, so that was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning, like Kiera said, we spent together. Saturday afternoon, I had more Frisbee. I know, surprising. But the exciting part about this was that we're in the playoffs, right? And my team has not won a game this entire season.
Oh my god.
And we won our first game.
Sarah, isn't that, like, that's amazing.
I know.
That's
it's really
so
exciting. Because the way that playoffs are scheduled is that the worst teams play the better teams, right?
Yeah.
And so we weren't playing the number 1 seed. We were playing like number 4 or something, but we won.
Like the lowest of the high seeds.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice.
Right?
Yeah.
I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, we won. And Matthew watched because he gave me a ride, which was very nice. So he got to see my team win. And I was like, maybe it's you, Matthew. But because we won our first game, we played a second game.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's how playoffs work.
Yeah.
And so we ended up staying and playing a second game. The first game was at noon. Second game started at 2, and we had a teammate get injured, which was absolutely crushing.
Aww.
And, we just hope that you rest up, feel better, all of the good things. But because we had a teammate get injured, Matthew
got to
played.
play.
Yeah, so Matthew got to play with us, which was very fun. And I think that a couple people on my team have huge heart eyes for him already because he runs deep and is fast. So, good job, Matthew. Very excited for you to be a part of the team. We lost that game, but strategically lost. Granted, we got beat, but strategically lost in quotations because if we had won that game, we would have had to play at 9 a.m. on Sunday.
Oof.
So we lost, played at 11 on Sunday.
Nice.
No, that's a lie. We played at 1.
Cool. Even better.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was super great. Consolation bracket. It was very fun. Sunday, I woke up and started cleaning my room slash making some pants. And Matthew's team played at 11. Now, I thought I was supposed to play at 11, so I told him I couldn't play with his team, even though someone had asked me, which is very kind of them.
Oh.
His team got brutally destroyed.
Oh no.
They lost 5-15.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, that's tough. And he was like, I'm tired. And I was like, well, just remember that my team has like two injured guys that we usually have playing. So if you wanted to play, you could. And he's like, no, no. Until like 15 minutes before my ride was supposed to come pick me up, he was like, actually, I think I'll come play again.
Yeah.
And so he ended up driving me again. And we went and he played with us again, and it was very fun. And we won again!
Wow, Sarah, this is a big character
I
growth.
know.
Because any longtime listeners know Sarah's team has not won any games.
Has not won any games with me on it so far. Let's just say it's not Matthew because we did lose the first game that he played with us. So it can't be either of us. You know what I mean? I don't get the blame because my team hasn't won any since I've been there.
Yeah.
But I also
he doesn't get the praise.
He doesn't get the credit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's evenly dispersed. All we have to say is that my team has won 2 games.
Yeah, and when it mattered too.
Mhm. Exactly. I think we ended up finishing the league like in the right below middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how many teams were in there, but like if there were 12, we were like number 7.
All right. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, I feel great about it.
Yeah, I mean, at least you weren't 12, which was a real
Exactly.
option.
It was super probable. Like some might have said that we were going
Almost
to be
likely.
there. Yeah. But no, we were winner chicken dinners, and that was my entire Saturday. I got back at like 6.
And
'Cause
Sunday.
and Sunday. Yeah, we went and got food afterwards on Saturday. Sunday, we did not go get food afterwards, but it was a later game, so
Mhm.
still. So I got back around 6 both days and was just like, the exercise happies,
Mhm.
and since it was the playoffs, I had a little drinky on the side of the game.
Nice.
And it was just a really good time.
Good.
So,
Oh, well, my Saturday was very different, less active, I might say. But I saw a movie.
nice.
I saw the new movie, The Fall Guy,
Oh,
and it's about like
yeah.
a stunt
With
double.
like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
Kind of like a
or
rom-com.
Ryan Gosling.
Gosling? That's
Mhm.
awkward.
But there is a movie with Ryan Reynolds out right now called If. And I was like,
Yeah.
wow, all these Ryans be working.
So many Ryans.
But it was actually a very fun movie. It was the perfect amount of like cheesy and like silly, but also still fun.
Nice.
And it was like a movie inside of a movie,
Mm.
which was cool. And had a lot of fun stunts.
Nice.
And there were some times when I was like, what's gonna happen? Oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Yeah, and it was kind of shocking.
Cute.
But I saw that and then went out to dinner because my partner's like, I'm not gonna be here for graduation, so I want to take you out to a fancy graduation dinner. And we went to this, I can't even remember what it was called. It was like a duck surrounded by little sprigs of bamboo or something. It was cute.
Fun.
And they had soba noodles. And these noodles are like traditional noodles. You kind of like dip them in broth.
Oh,
And
cool.
the place was really good. The food was very delicious.
Nice.
And also something I hadn't really tried before. So they had like small plates and they also had tempura and they had fun tempuras.
Nice.
And then the soba noodles were amazing. And I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, that's super cool.
And yeah, I wish I could remember the name of the place. It was a very weirdly shaped building. It was red, and I could tell you all about it, but I couldn't tell you what it's called.
That's funny. That's super.
I'll get back to everyone on that.
Huh.
But then the next day, Sunday, was not so exciting. It was just like a work day for me. I worked most of the day on stuff for thesis because even though I said I was done, like I'm not really done. I still have till June 7th. hopefully May 31st we'll actually turn everything in, but there's a high chance that we're still going to be working on it on June 7th or up until June 7th. One could hope. That's all I'll
Dang.
say.
Yeah.
But I did get the chance to walk around Green Lake when it was super nice.
Nice.
And I was like, it's still summer. Life is still good. I went to the grocery store because that was important. And then I did have a game night.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. And we played Catan again. And as an update for everyone, I was like, you know what? Everyone's getting on my case for always winning. And so this time, I'm not going to play to win. I'm going to play to be destructive for other
Okay.
people.
Yeah.
And so I very much did not win. But also, I didn't do that much destruction either.
Oh no.
It was because I was surrounding all of the same number tile. So like all of the tiles I were touching was like all the number 5, and a 5
Oh.
only got rolled 3 times throughout the whole game. And it's one of the higher probability numbers.
Yeah.
It was just sad. Nobody had any resources.
Dang.
And I was surrounding like all of the stone.
That's so
And I was
funny.
like, I don't have this, you don't have this.
Huh.
But then like all the weird numbers kept getting rolled. It was like 12s and 3s and 2s and 11s. And you're like, why is
Weird.
this happening? But overall, still very fun.
Nice.
And the other games that we played were fun too. But then I was like, I have to go home and do more work. And now it's today.
And now it's today.
And now we're here talking with you.
And now we're here talking with you. I will say that work today, it's, I just, you really, you hit the nail on the head saying that I only work with interesting characters. Now, I don't know how much of this I can actually say, but like we got a new temp person like tangentially related to us.
And
And
minimize it as best you can.
yeah, and it's just interesting because there's a new person coming on. People are like sharing their perceptions of one another with each other,
Whoa.
which is kind of funny. And one of my favorite characters in the sitcom that is My Workplace, Kiera knows him well.
Yes,
He's
I've met
mentioned.
him.
Yes,
Too.
you have. And he was like, "Do you think that I have like an interrogating stare
Oh.
today?" And I was like, "I don't think that I would call it that." And it was just it was very silly. Everyone was making comments and being like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, no, you do look really old. No, I think that and just like all
Oh
of this
no.
different stuff. It was very, very silly. And it was just, it's just interesting to see how people kind of perform a little bit when they're around like a new
New people,
person.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And so like the person who was showing him around, who's gonna be like his supervisor technically, uh, came in and was like, this is Sarah and her coworker, and like, wow, this is what they do. And I was like, yeah. And like your new supervisor always comes in and asks us really weird off the wall questions and like, usually doomsdaying type scenarios just to see how we would answer. And the supervisor was like, don't do that. And both Sarah and I looked at each other and we were like, okay, hold on.
Okay.
Like, you do this pretty often, like at least 3 times in the past month.
Oh my gosh.
And it was very
A
silly.
notable
I
amount.
don't know. That didn't make a lot of sense, but just know that it's very fun whenever there's a new person entering a dynamic.
Yeah,
And we experienced that.
well, just okay. After this, we'll get to the rest of the episode. But just one more thing about workplace and new hires. So we are about to hit intern season,
Oh.
and summer is intern season. If we were not aware, and so we have 3 new interns.
Wow.
And one of them started today because they're on the semester system. So their school's already over. But everyone who's on the other 2 interns are on the quarter system, so they haven't started. But we got some new blood. And I was like, wow, someone that's younger than
Whoa.
me? Weird.
Yeah.
I'm used to being the
You
youngest
feel
one in the office.
authoritative?
No, and they're also not in my office. But I think it's because I technically am still an intern, even though I've been hired. And also, I just, growing up makes you more humble. You just realize how much you don't know still.
Fair enough.
And so I still am like, I'm just a small fish learning. and a big pond.
Oh, very cute.
But I'll get there. And it's about to be fun site visiting time. Like all of the fun site visits that we usually do are in the summer, and you do some during the fall and winter, but just not as much when it's cold because nobody wants to build anything when it's cold.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, you know
Yeah.
what I always say? There's two seasons in Colorado, winter and construction season.
Yeah, Sarah, that's your favorite saying. Thanks for that.
I don't know. I feel like my parents said it a lot when I was growing up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just making that up.
Nope.
Cool.
Winter and construction season. Well, because you know that the government. Have you heard this conspiracy theory that Bella came up with and then shared with me? And I've been telling everyone that I came up with it. The government
Wow.
has too many cones. Okay? Where do they store the cones? You never just see cone storage.
Now they store them on the roads.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's why there's like so many cones out on the road pretending to be construction, but you never really see anything being constructed. They're just storing the cones.
Storing the cones. Alrighty, so with all of these building blocks being laid, I think it's time to get into our actual episode. And this episode is all about fashion and fashion faux pas, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
in a sentence or two. And we wanted to do this episode, one, as a little bit of a nod to Sarah's hobbies of sewing,
True.
and two, because the weather's changing, so that means our fashion is changing.
Very true, very true. And I think that this was mildly inspired from all of the people watching that we were doing a few weekends ago.
Mm-hmm.
All of those kiddos, they're not actually kiddos, all of those college kiddos.
Putting college in front of the word kiddo doesn't change it.
And their fun fashion and what we're seeing on the internet and all of those fun things lately.
Yeah.
So
So we wanted to delve into that. We haven't done the research part of this in terms of like decades and going back deep into fashion. This is more about current fashion trends and a little bit of older fashion trends. But we still want to leave the door open for another episode all about historical fashion.
totally
So,
Scudley.
But-
What we're gonna start with though is our own histories, the fashion of our lives.
because you need to know what we like before we go back to anybody else.
Exactly.
That's why you're here, to listen to us.
I know.
Sorry, that was
Whose
breaking the fourth
podcast
wall.
do you think this is?
Too much.
Just kidding. Anyways, no. Okay, first question, starting easy. What's a fashion trend that you remember from your youth, either for your age or for like that you saw in your parents or older siblings, perhaps, that you would like to have come back nowadays?
Okay, I am gonna let you start out with this one because I have a couple and I want to sort it out to where they could be answered for different questions.
Okay.
But I want to like prioritize one.
Love it. I want big bell bottoms.
Mm-hmm.
I think in some ways they're like kind of coming back. I think that the advent of like printed colored leggings could really lean into big bell bottom culture again because I feel like I'm thinking of like polyester, like just really bright colors and just huge V's. We're seeing the wide leg pants now. You know, we've all decided that tight pants are kind of a
out.
kind
Skinny
of a no.
jeans are out right
kind
now.
of a no, you know?
Yeah.
Bell bottoms? Bell bottoms. Riddle me this. You don't get the weird sausage leg that you get when you wear skinny jeans, you know? But you still have that tightness around the booty,
Yeah.
which I'm a fan. And then you also get, you know, that nice big silhouette shape. So when you walk, you get all swissy.
Oh yeah.
I think that's fun.
Yeah, well, I definitely really liked having bell bottoms when I was in the youngins. I think elementary school.
Yeah.
Those are my go-to jeans for a while until I looked around and I was like, wow, bell bottoms apparently are no longer cool. I guess we have to switch to skinny jeans.
Yeah.
And now here we are on wide leg. Who knows what it'll jump back to in like a few years.
Terrifying,
But
really.
I loved having bell bottoms.
Yeah.
They were a joy of my childhood.
Right?
Yeah.
They're fun. And I mean, I still wear like bootcut jeans pretty often,
Mm-hmm.
which like are kind of like they're halfway, you
Yeah,
know?
not quite. Not quite,
But they
though.
don't have the same like wow factor
Yeah, they
as I feel like
don't
a bell bottom
do
does.
the same things.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's a fashion trend that I would like to come back? Well, I will just say a fashion trend that I really enjoyed, and I don't know if I want it to come back though.
Okay.
But it made me so happy when I was young. I used to wear sashes instead of belts.
Oh,
Yeah. It
wow.
was a big thing. So
That's so
instead of,
funny.
regular belts that have the little buckle, it was basically like a really thin scarf that I would lace through all of my all of my little loops on my pants. And then you get it to the right or left side, always on one of the hips. And once it gets there, that's where you tie it.
That's
And
so
then it
fun.
just hangs down with your
Oh
jeans.
my God, you're
And you
so
walk
fun.
around,
Oh,
and that's how you live your life.
wow.
And you don't wear belts. It's a fashion statement.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kiera was far more trendy than I was. We know this, but that's super fun though.
That was something I
Aw.
loved. I don't, the thing is, I feel like it's really great for kids because
Yeah.
kids need belts.
Right.
They're so
Well, and also
little.
you're changing so
And
much.
you're changing so much, you have to have like something to keep your pants up.
That's so
As
cute.
an adult, honestly, it might not be the best look for me now.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
fair.
think it should come back as a little kid trend. There are way too many very nice dressed little kids.
No, it's
Kids should be
true.
dressing silly.
Kids should be dressing totally silly. I want kids to be in sequins again.
Yeah. Oh
Bring
yeah.
back the sequins. I'm gonna be dressing my kids in sequins, sparkles,
Ridiculous stuff.
all of it.
Just for fun.
I just
It's why not?
I love animal print and neon on children.
Wow, you would have loved my
Yeah.
wardrobe. Oh my God, Sarah, you
I
would.
just feel like it's cute. I just think it's very cute, and I think that kids are supposed to be silly and a little weird looking.
Well, it's just because, like, most kids have at one point in their life a phase where they just don't want to get dressed. And so,
Yeah,
like, anything that they'll wear, the parents, like, fine. At least
whatever.
you're wearing clothes. Like,
Yeah,
go, leave.
that's so
And,
funny.
like, more kids just need to have these awkward, funny photos.
Honestly, no, it's true.
Forever.
It's like a growing up rite of passage sort of thing, you
Yeah,
know.
totally.
Uh, I will say that a lot of my clothing growing up was hand-me-downs from my older brother.
Mm.
And I remember very vividly, I had to scoop up the shirts that I would wear from him sometimes to like put things in my pockets or stuff
Oh.
like that, you know? It was very cute. I was very much like the, you know, a few years back, everyone was wearing really big t-shirts and really short shorts. I felt like it was a very South thing.
Yeah, it was very like the Hydro Flask girlies that
Yes.
had really big shoulders.
Visco
Visco
girly.
girls.
Yes, yeah.
Wow. Can you
I was a
believe
Visco girly before they were real.
I never even had Visco. Wasn't that photos of some sort? What
Actually, no.
social media was that? Something and they go
Save the
and they
trees.
have hydro flasks and scrunchies.
Yeah.
And I remember I did a presentation on them.
You did a
It was
presentation.
about fashion
Wow.
and fashion trends.
Wow.
hmm
That's super fun. Maybe we should bust it out.
I could find it, but it's buried deep in the
Was it for
archives.
class?
That was for my freshman year class
Wow.
in college. Yeah,
That's so funny. Cute.
we were talking about identity. Yeah, identities,
Identity's super fun.
and we're like Visco girls. And then for the presentation, because it was a group presentation, we all dressed up like Visco girls.
That's funny.
It was super funny because like there were guys in the group.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
Everyone can be a Visco girl.
Everybody can be a Visco girl.
That's amazing.
But yeah.
Wow, that's super fun.
What's our next question, Sarah?
So, along the lines of your scarf belt,
Oh, yeah.
what was something that was a fad that everyone was doing? So, maybe everyone was, I don't know, was everyone tying scarves in their belts?
Honestly, no.
Might have just been you. Okay.
There were some.
To be fair,
There
okay.
were some people, but it
So,
wasn't everyone. For
what was
sure.
something that was like completely on trend that you were there for, you were in the moment, you were fashionista, but you would definitely not do now?
Wow. Okay, I was thinking of this because there were again a couple of them, and I don't know if you remember. They were these shirts.
Okay, are you gonna say the same thing as
The
me?
shirts that like went like this and like poofed out a little bit.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we have different things, which is good. The more the merrier. But in middle school, there were these shirts that kind of it was almost like a corsety top. It felt like tube top ish.
Okay.
Sometimes they had sleeves, sometimes not. But they would like cinch on your waist, and they'd have a little flare, like a little
Like a
tutu.
peplum?
Yeah, a peplum.
Nice.
Exactly. And that was popular for a hot minute, like when chevron was a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And when like fake tan was a big thing, also these little peplum like tops were huge.
That's
And
funny.
I was in it for such a short time because I had one shirt that was like that and
Nice.
I had one skirt that went with it.
Oh,
And whenever I wore that, I was like, I am just so great. I got these at Forever
trendy.
21 the one time I went to that store.
Nice.
And I was like, I am so on trend. And now I just look at that stuff. I don't even have that anymore, but
So
you look back
funny.
at pictures and you're like, wow,
Oh, no.
what a
That's
choice.
so
But
funny.
I was there for it.
Nice.
I was on top of it.
Nice. I recently got rid of a shirt, which to be fair, I was like a little bit behind on this trend. I won't even lie to you. Because let's be real, have I ever been up with the times? But the like long sleeve or 3/4 length shirts, but with the holes on the shoulders,
Oh my
like the
gosh.
cold shoulder shirts.
Oh my gosh. I was so into those.
Yeah.
I'm sure I still have some somewhere.
You're kidding.
And not here, but in
That's
Colorado.
super
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? But now I just see them and I'm like, oh
Oh
no.
no.
It's like kind of in between because they were never big enough to be like a scrunchy sleeve and
Mm-hmm.
then like a tank top strap. If it were that, that'd be more purposeful. But it was
Exactly.
just like a
Just the
long
shoulders.
sleeve with a hole cut out.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
remember, I had one of those that was a sweater. And I was
Oh,
like, this completely defeats the purpose of a
of a
sweater.
sweater.
My shoulders are so cold.
Yeah, that's hysterical. That's hysterical. No, yeah, but I do think that was one of our far dumber clothing ideas.
But I was into it.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
into
so
it.
glad you were. I only had one
Oh,
shirt that did that.
I've got one more for
Okay,
you.
I'm ready.
And arguably they're still worn today, but I would say that they are dated.
Okay.
And that, my friends, is the infinity scarf.
Oh,
The infinity, I have a box of infinity scarves at my parents' house that did not make it with me to college or anywhere. Like, they didn't even make it past high school,
oh my God,
but they still
that's
exist.
hysterical.
I loved infinity scarves.
Yeah,
I thought they were so, like, they just made the outfit look better. I thought
you did wear a lot of scarves.
it didn't make the outfit better.
This, the answer is no.
The outfit was
That's
not
super
better, but I
funny.
was on that trend. I had a couple
Yeah.
of infinity scarves that I think were fancier because they weren't just like a ring of fabric. They had like stuff on them,
Yeah.
like tassels and stuff, and those were more fun
That's
and
fun.
would be like socially accepted today probably.
Mhm.
But
That's so
wow,
funny.
I had a lot of infinity scarves.
I love that. Okay, another one also kind of still worn today, but people will like call you out
Hmm.
for it. Or like the really tall boots with the big socks folded
Um,
like
like
white girl Christian
yeah,
Autumns. Yeah.
I had those. I was on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was that they went so well with skinny jeans
They
because you could
did.
fit your skinny jeans inside.
Mhm.
They're basically the antithesis of boot cut.
Exactly, they are. Exactly. Well, and then they were really warm because we lived in Colorado. It got chilly
Mhm.
there.
Yeah,
Like, the more clothing you could have on your legs, the better.
yeah,
And if the shoe goes up, your calves are toasty. So,
yeah.
yeah, no, I was into those. I was into those tall boot sock things.
I was really.
Yeah.
I had a lot of them. I still may have a pair. I think I only have one pair of like slightly longer boots,
Hmm.
but
I recently got rid of mine, which is kind of what made me think of it. Is the infinity
I
scarf
like
thing.
wore holes into them.
Wow.
I wear holes into pretty much all of my shoes
Fair
because
enough.
I have some favorite shoes and they just get worn all the time.
Hey,
But yeah,
I love it.
those boots were definitely some of them.
That's super fun. I love it. I love it. Okay. I want you to say what is a favorite item in your closet right now? You can do like each item, like each kind of clothing, do you know what I mean? So
Like
you
a
could do like
shirt,
shirt,
pants,
pants,
dress.
shoes,
Oh, okay.
or you could do dress shoes.
Yeah, like one
Yeah.
full outfit kind of
Yeah.
thing.
What's like a what and they don't have to go together though.
Cool.
Yeah.
I do have a go-to that's just like comfy, and I feel like I've gotten a lot of compliments on it recently. And it's basically just some regular old jeans, but my comfy jeans that
Nice.
still look good. Just blue jeans, nothing fancy. And then like a black t-shirt, and I have gotten this new, I think it's from like American Eagle or Aerie or whatever. American Eagle owns a lot of little smaller brands, and Aerie I think is one of them. But for the holidays, my grandmother got me this blue, almost like it's not gingham, but it's kind of checkered, and it's just kind of woven in to look like gingham because it's black and dark blue, and it's this jacket. And it's slouchy and it's comfortable, and Sarah knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I wore it like 2 days ago, and it's just the best thing ever because it's so comfortable, so warm, but also looks kind of trendy and fashionable.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it
So
does.
that's my favorite outfit as of late, of like the casual outfits.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
What
I
about
love it.
you?
I love it. I think that I am kind of in the same realm of like, I'm not gonna say a dress because let's be real, even though I have some dresses that I absolutely adore, I just don't wear them enough to be like a true favorite.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I would say probably I have been leaning more towards my wide leg pants because the girlies were right. Like I'm just over my skinny jeans. I kind of want to get rid of all of them now.
Yeah. And you
Uh,
realize that they're not that comfortable
no, it's so
either.
true. It's so true. Yeah, so probably I stole some black pants from Kiera a little while back.
I gave them to you. Oh
You
my
did.
gosh, those are your
You
favorite.
did give them to me. I think so because I always want to wear a denim jacket and I
Yeah.
never want to be like
Denim on
fully denim
denim.
on denim. Well,
Hmm.
sometimes I do, let's be real.
But only when it's intentional, right?
Right, exactly. And so sometimes I'm like, that I can't have this much blue going on. So probably those black jeans, my big ol' honkin' boots, because I love those big tall boots that I also stole from my mom. What can I say? I am gifted a lot of clothing that I love. And then yeah, I've been loving my denim jackets lately. I'm not really sure what underneath the denim jacket. I think it would depend on how cold
The
it is or how
temperature.
warm it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I've had the two denim jackets that have been wearing here a lot, like for 6 years each at
They're
least.
trusty, trusty, dusty
And
jackets.
they get better with wearing too.
Hmm.
You know, they're like more flexible than they were when I first had them.
Totally.
And like, I don't know, I think that the wear on them looks makes them like look better, you know?
Yeah. Well, they feel like they fit you like really
Right.
well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like they look cool with like the denim gets faded a little bit in the ways that you wear it too, and I feel like that's finally starting to happen and I love it.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
super nice.
like this is my crease. I made this crease with my arm kind of thing. But yeah. So,
Well, I think that is a really good segue into we were kind of having a little bit of a discussion beforehand of when you think of people,
mhm.
friends, family, strangers, like do you picture them if you have a visual mind at all? Because some people can't visualize in their heads, but if you do they have clothes on? If so, like what do you picture them as? And we thought it'd be really
Mhm.
fun to discuss like what we see each other like in our heads.
Yeah.
And I just will go first because the outfits that you just described as your favorite is pretty much what I see you in. I
Killer.
see you with the brown lace up shoes,
Mhm.
the brown
Nice.
lace up boots, just some type of jean, I guess. Jean, something. And then I flip back and forth between jean jacket or flannel.
Yeah. That's pretty much what
It's
you are.
it's that yeah, they flip back and forth. I feel like specifically the flannel I think of is like the red, brown, orange.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love
That's
that
the
shirt.
classic Sarah.
It's good. It is. And I think that I feel the most me when I'm wearing that. So that makes me happy. I will say, in my head, like so vividly, the one thing that is always like stagnant in what you wear are your like slightly heeled suede black boots. Like they're not big, tall booties, but
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're like just the ankle length booties. Um,
because I wear them all the
you wear
time.
them all the time. And it's like, I don't know, the way that you walk is in those shoes in my head. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember? This is going to be kind of
Oh, I
funny.
know what you're gonna say, and it makes me sad, but say it.
So in theater, we were talking about how to get into your character, you need to think about how they move on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And
In theater together in
yes,
high
Kira
school
and I were in theater together in high
as a
school.
refresher.
And our theater coach was like, we're gonna like all walk across this stage and then look at each other and talk about like how do people walk? Do they lead with their head? Do they lead with their hips? Do they lead with their shoulders and their
Their
chest?
feet,
Their
yeah.
feet, exactly. And someone was watching Kira.
No, it was like our theater directors.
So our theater directors were watching Kira walk across the stage, and they said, "Wow, Kira, you are doing something that we have never ever seen before. You lead with your knees."
And I'm like, what the heck? That gave me so much like self-consciousness from then on. Like I remember it and bring it up at least once or twice a year for sure, if not more. Because knees wasn't even one of the options. Like
Right.
it's one thing to be like, okay, cool, you lead with like your shoulders or your head or your feet. Whatever. Your knees? What does that even mean? And I'm just like, the way that I would picture leading with your knees as like the first thing that comes first as you're walking is not like an elegant, cute walk. And I'm like,
But you don't.
why would you tell me this? So thank you, past theater directors. You gave me self-conscious issues about the way I walk. They're pretty nice though, but that was rough.
You don't, but the thing is, you don't walk oddly. You
Okay.
just walk very uniquely. Like you don't look odd.
Thanks.
It's just like that's how Kira walks, you know?
I guess. I don't know.
Anyways, enough about Kira walking.
Anything else that I'm wearing?
No, I was gonna get there. I was gonna get
Okay.
there, I swear.
Great.
Usually I feel like I imagine you in those maroon skinny jeans that you had.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
an old
I
one.
know that's an old one, but I don't know. I feel like I remember you wearing them and then like a black long like cardigan.
Mm,
Yeah, 'cause
fall girl.
you like long
I do
cardigans.
like long
You know, the long
cardigans.
sleeves and it's open
Yeah,
and you like walk around and
a
stuff.
little whoosh in the back.
Yeah, exactly. A little whoosh in the
I
back.
just love a cardigan,
Yeah.
okay?
I think you have like a maroon cardigan now.
Probably.
Uh,
I definitely have yeah, I have a lot.
yeah. Yeah.
I've got a lot of cardigans.
Kira loves a cardigan, but yeah, definitely like a long cardigan where it kind of like goes past like it's near your knee pits in the back.
Thank you,
You're
Sarah.
welcome.
Just like to accentuate those knees as much as I can, you know? Gotta bring out your assets.
I
I
didn't even
know.
think about
I
it.
know.
I have a couple different things that we could do next, but I think it would be fun to get the spotlight off of us for a little while
Sure.
and say, what's something that we wish more people around us were wearing? And this can
Ooh.
be serious, this can be a little silly, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? What would you like to see more of in your day-to-day?
In my day to day, okay. I have always been of the camp that women's fashion is like much more diverse than men's. Also, like we have a lot more pressures to wear different things every day, but still look nice and presentable. Whereas typically, at least in American culture, men can wear the exact same thing every day and no one blinks an eye.
Yeah.
So I would love some more diversity in men's fashion. And additionally, I want to see people wear more colors.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of like blacks and navies and grays and whites, and that's all good. And you know what? Sometimes you just want all your things to match and you just need the neutrals. But I've been very much getting into having a very colorful wardrobe because it's just fun.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's growing. I still have my neutrals there, but I think if everybody wore fun colors, it would be awesome.
I love that. I was talking with someone actually when I first moved out here about Seattle fashion and things like that because people like wear clothes here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in Nebraska, especially because I was a college student in Nebraska, people don't change out of their pajamas to go to class as
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I would say like maybe three people in your class are gonna be wearing like outside clothes.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
I
like
didn't
a
realize it was that low.
it's that low, I would
Wow.
say. I would say. People here wear fun outfits to class. And also, everyone's wearing like brown, black, or dark gray,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I mentioned it to one of my coworkers who grew up in Seattle. And she had said that she had a bunch of family that lived down south, and she remembered as a kid, like going and visiting them in the first, like, longer like child having memory noticing other people times,
Mm-hmm.
and like the outfits that she saw specifically like in more of the southern states going to church were just like crazy colors, you know,
Yeah.
and things like that that she had never seen on clothes before, and I just thought that was super really like interesting. I don't know, that I started noticing here more and more that people don't really wear a lot of bright colors.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like with the weather or if it's just like culturally, like if other people aren't wearing bright colors, you don't want to stick out. I don't know.
I think it might be like a little bit of both. I do remember in Tucson, people were wearing a lot brighter colors,
Yeah.
and that might have just been because it was super sunny all the time.
Yeah.
And like the ambiance of the environment was automatically warm, like
Mm-hmm.
warm colors, warm palette.
Right.
And so people were wearing brighter colors, and you weren't really sticking out or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I think you could be onto something for sure.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Fit the climate.
But
Do you
what
feel like you've worn darker colors since moving here from Arizona?
I think I started one of my New Year's resolutions like a few years ago was to incorporate more color into my wardrobe. And I also think I generally just wear bright colors
Yeah.
for the most part. Not every day, but more often than not, I will be wearing something that's like bright or fun or different. And I think since coming to Seattle, I've definitely had to wear more layers.
Mm,
And layers don't come in as many fun colors
true.
as like, just the base clothes do. So how many colors of jackets are there really?
Hey,
Not that
probably
many.
not that many.
And most of them are typically black. So, if I have my black rain jacket,
Mm-hmm.
that's just the color that it feels like I'm wearing, even though I'm wearing something bright underneath.
That makes
So I
sense.
think it has to do with that too.
There you go. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the original topic at hand. I just want to see more people wearing short shorts, specifically men. I think that the 70s, like, the
Nice.
mustaches are back, okay? Like, who am I thinking of right now? What's that one TV show with that guy?
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
Magnum PI.
Oh my
I
gosh.
want to see more men wearing shorts like Magnum. And that's my call out to the wild. Anyone listening to this podcast, please just go home, take your favorite pair of jeans, measure out like 2 or 3 inches of an inseam, and just cut them.
That's big coming from someone who doesn't really wear short shorts too
That's
often.
a very fair point. I will say that most of the short shorts that I have not worn here because it's cold.
Yeah, but we are turning a corner and it is getting warmer and brighter on average.
There you go.
So it's about time to break those out, Sarah.
Hey, I like it. I like it. I like it. I actually have been in the throes of making some shorts. I was finishing the shorts that I started with Bella, as we recently mentioned on the pod, and I realized that I stretched the fabric in a way that it would not stretch. I positioned it in a way, so I'm gonna have to add a zipper.
Aw,
Womp
dang
womp.
it.
So it's a bummer, but soon enough I will also have matching shorts.
Very exciting. Very
Okay.
exciting.
We
All
probably
right.
have time for one more question.
Sure. Oh, we have to do fashion faux pas.
Okay,
I've been holding on to this story
I'm
this
ready.
whole time. If you are brave enough to have come through almost an hour of us talking, you get to hear the fun story. So, we're talking about little kids and having fun fashion. Also animal print, also neon colors. As previously mentioned as well, that was my closet.
Nice.
So, picture me. It is the first day of first grade. And I went to a very small school because I grew up in a pretty small town. And on the first day of school, what they would do is they would have all of the classes come out one at a time and take a class photo with somebody standing on the roof. And everyone would look up, and then in the yearbook, the little yearbook that they printed, you'd have the class photo.
That's so cute.
In addition to that, they'd have one photo where it was everybody in the entire school.
Wow.
And they did it by grade. And because I was a little first grader, I was right up at the front
Nice.
because I was too small. Like, you wouldn't be able to see me all the way in the back,
Right.
even if it was taken from an aerial view. Well, I was very much in the phase of I don't want to wear anything my parents pick out because that would be awful. And like, I want to wear whatever I want to wear. So, as a ritual, what we do is we would pick out what I was going to wear the night before, me
Okay.
and my mom.
Right.
We would go through and she'd say, "You want to wear this?" And she was also in the camp of, if you wear it, you can put it on and go out in public. I don't care as long as you're fully clothed.
Nice.
And so I just vividly remember putting on my very best tights, which were neon orange
Oh no.
with rhinestones on the legs.
Nice.
And it wasn't rhinestones all the way up, it was more just around the ankles.
Okay.
And then an animal print. It could be leopard, it could have been a cow. I'm not exactly sure. Animal print top and a little jacket because it's cold. It's Colorado. And guess who was not just like close to the front, but front and center in that picture? It
It's
was
awesome.
little first grade Kiera with her bright neon orange tights that were just so visible. Like nobody else really was in that picture except for me, honestly.
That's so funny.
It was great.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah. So
Wow.
that's my biggest fashion faux pas that like is on document.
Yeah.
But arguably, big win. I look
Nice.
great.
I bet you did. I bet you did. That's so funny. I was gonna share a similar story that had to do with pictures. Well, to be fair, I have two because I know the one you're thinking of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will still share that one, but I'm gonna share this one too because I have a picture that we can put on the Instagram and I think people will think it's funny.
Perfect.
I, for a very long time, had a very unfortunate haircut in that I did not let my mother brush my hair, and therefore she said, "We're cutting it off." Kira had the longest hair as a child, and I had the shortest. Not the shortest, but still, I looked a little rough all the time.
I looked
And-
rough as well. Long hair does not mean pretty. The long hair was too much. Anyway.
Anyways, so picture day, me and my mom both forget. So everyone else's hair is curled, everyone else has little outfits on, and I'm wearing a short sleeved mock turtleneck, which, okay, kind of a little bit on trend now,
These are on trend now.
but then, no.
All
Turtlenecks were just terrible. And so, short sleeve, turtleneck, and then I was wearing really chunky jeans, which were not the look then. Honestly, I would have slayed in that outfit yesterday. But
Yeah.
however many years ago, third grade, not great. And so I had this terrible haircut. And so I just like I looked like a little meme boy in my third grade photo, and it was fine.
It's
But
just funny because I feel like there's not that many photos framed in your house, but that one is
that
like
one is like definitely up.
front and center.
It is up and
Every
it is visible, and I don't love it. I don't love it as a picture, but it is always fun to be like, hey, at least I had a glow up. Like, started from the bottom, now we're here.
It's
Moment.
so true.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
But yeah, the other one that Kira was laughing about with having to do with pictures and me having a fashion fail was really not the fact that my dress was not cute. My dress was cute, okay? I think my dress was
I was
cute.
laughing about the first story. I
Oh,
don't
you
know what
were?
story
Oh
you're
my
talking
God, thank
about.
God. I was wearing a cute dress to homecoming one day, and I got a weird stain on my left boob. So it looked like
I do see that it could have looked better.
it could have looked a lot better. Anyways, I thought that's what Kiera was laughing about. That's so funny. Yeah, but hey, we all have struggles sometimes, whether it's feeling good in the clothing that we're wearing.
Or having parents with full decision making for their children.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You know what? That's really what we need to take away from this is that it doesn't really matter what we wear as long as we feel good in it, okay? And
Yeah.
also, we shouldn't wear things for other people, whether those are our parents or just
Or society.
yeah, in general.
Wear whatever you want and
Wear
feel
whatever
good
you
in
want.
it.
Wear whatever you want, but also be intentional with what you're getting because textile waste in the fashion industry, one of the worst polluters. I'm just gonna say it. Don't participate in fast fashion. I think that everyone can find what they want to wear in the clothing that is existing in the world right now. There is such a surplus of garments out there. And say you don't really like the things at the thrift store, hey, swap with a friend. There are so many people out there who are upcycling old garments as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, new fashion doesn't have to be new clothes.
Or ask a friend to make you something pretty. Who
Exactly.
has a sewing machine.
Exactly. Anyone can learn how to sew. I'm not saying that everyone should, but I am saying that there are going to be loads of people out there who are making things from what we already have, and that's really cool.
Sarah,
So.
you want to make me some?
I don't want to make you something,
I
but
know.
I do want you to want me to make you something. That's good enough.
And that's good enough. Thank
I
you.
don't have anything to say.
That was a
guys.
great moral of the story. Also, moral of the story is that Sarah and I have always been very fashionable people.
Oh
Even
yeah.
the times that we weren't being super fashionable, we were really just ahead of the trend.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And if you're super lucky, you might even get to see a couple of our fashion blasts from the past on our Instagram.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
I think so too.
I would love to post a picture of you in an infinity scarf.
Oh no.
Yep. Yep. I
We'll
think
see.
this will be mutually beneficial and mutually embarrassing if we do end up posting them.
We'll have a discussion. We will make sure that we are both thoroughly embarrassed but also
Fully consenting.
fully consenting.
I love it.
But we really hope you enjoyed this episode. We're happy that you spent your day, evening, or whenever you're listening to this podcast with us. And we post podcast videos every single Wednesday. And we have a YouTube and an Instagram.
And a Spotify. Go ahead, give us those 5 stars, smash that like button, and share us with someone who you think is really fashionable.
Yeah. And who maybe makes their own garments.
Hey.
Sarah's looking for more sewers in the sewing community.
Yeah, let's be sew friends. Send me your favorite sewing TikToks and or Instagram Reels. I would love them. If you are obsessed with a sewist out there who is on the interwebs, tell me. I'll follow them. We can talk about them together. But also, send this to somebody who may have had a fashion faux pas in their day. Someone that you got to witness wearing some crazy colors. Flowers on flowers, denim on denim. Who's to say?
And tell them that you think they look great.
It's true.
All the time.
It's true. It's
because even though we can't see you, we know you look great because you're listening to
Arguably Speaking. Bye.